Hi, everyone. I'm ready to share my craziest story that I can remember of growing up and living in San Francisco. So mind you, it's 1994, 1995. I'm 22, 23 years old. My best friend says, hey, do you want to come with me? It's really late night. It's getting close to midnight. He goes, I was supposed to go do my dad's cleaning job. His dad just came back from having a quadruple bypass, and he's taking over his cleaning business. And he goes, dude, I procrastinated. I need to get this done by tomorrow morning, and I can't do it early because I'll get in trouble. He goes, so can you want to come with me real quick? And so I don't have to go down there by myself. And normally I would be like, no, but this is my best friend. He's my brother, pretty much. And sure, let's go. Let's go hang out. So we go down there, and as we're waiting for one of the streetcars, this is underground now, to catch it was either the K Ingleside, which I believe, or the M. I think it was the K Ingleside. And so while we're waiting, he spots this girl that he knew from the racing. Now, she's cute. He only met her a couple times. They got to talking, and then she started saying, hey, I've been all day, I've been trying to look for someone to smoke me out. And my best friend, who always loved to volunteer my pot to other people, says, oh, guess what? My boy's got plenty. He'll hook you up. He'll smoke you out. Now, irritated as I am, she was pretty cute. And, I'm taking one for the team. My boy seemed to like her, picked up on that vibe. So I say, we smoke her out. We hang out for maybe 5-6 minutes tops. Her bus comes, which was perfect timing for her, so she can get her free smoke out and then hop on the bus and leave us. I don't even think my friend ever saw this girl ever again. And so while this happens, we miss our first bus, okay, which is key to this story. So, some time goes by, and it's like maybe 8-10 minutes later, finally our bus comes, and we hop on it. Now, it's like I said, it's getting close to around midnight, maybe a couple minutes past. And we get on the bus, and we see 5, what we call kind of, hip-hop, R&B guys, thuggy guys. In the back of the bus, there's 4 black guys and 1 white guy. And they're all smoking weed, though, so we weren't really tripping too much. Normally, if I see some guys looking like that, it's late night, I'm not going to sit in the back of the bus by myself or with one friend when it's 5 against 2. You know what I mean? We're going to move up to the front because that's just a safer thing to do. It's kind of stuff you learn when you grow up in a big city. Well, being stoned and these guys smoking weed, because usually people who are smoking weed, I don't trip off. It's people who are drinking or who are going to get rowdy and do some damage to you, possibly, or trying to harm you. So a couple minutes go by, and I noticed there's a newspaper on the ground, and I wanted to get a new pager during that time, and that goes to show you how old this story is. So I'm looking at it, and it has advertisements for all these new kind of hip pagers. So I'm looking, and all of a sudden I see my best friend get up, and he's backing up, and he's looking towards the back of the front of the bus, and I'm like, what the hell's he doing? We're not even anywhere close to our stop yet. And I noticed because 2 of the guys had got up, but I thought they were going to be getting off on the first stop. So one of the black guys got up, he's sitting on the left, and the white guy gets up and he's on the right. And so I'm thinking nothing of it. I'm stoned. I'm into my newspaper, not even paying attention. And then my best friend gets up and, scaredly goes up to the front. That's when homeboy, the white guy, with a broken cane, like a cane that an old guy uses, except for the little rubber knob was missing off of it, and the curved part was broken off. And he walks up to me and he's like, give me your wallet. And I'm like, what? He's like, give me your wallet. He's like, break yourself, homeboy, break yourself. He goes, I'll fucking beat your ass with this stick. Give me your wallet now. And at this point, I'm like, okay, I got $15 cash on me, which was like all the money in the world for me at that time. I'm like 23 years old. And I'm like, I ain't giving this motherfucker shit. So I was like, dude, I don't got no money. You know what I mean? I got nothing to give you. And he's like, motherfucker, break yourself. Give me your wallet. I'm going to hit you with this stick. And I don't know, because I took martial arts when I was younger, but it had been well over a decade. This guy swung a stick at me, and I, like the Matrix, blocked it, and the stick hit the fucking metal pole where people hold on to for, while they're riding in the bus. And he says, ding, and he's vibrating, and the stick. And at that point, I get up and I move to the front of the bus because I'm like, okay, I'm no dummy. These guys are going to fucking jump me now because I just made their homeboy look like a moron. And so I get up to the front of the bus, and there's a tall, good-looking black guy. He's dressed really well, like he probably worked in a financial district downtown. And he's like, dude, what's going on, bro? I go, dude, I don't know. These dudes are trying to rob us, me and my friend. At this point, if anyone caught it, my best friend, I love you, you're my brother, but you fucking left me hanging. No word, no signal, no nothing, okay? Fend for myself. So the next to that dude on the other side, now is this big white dude with one of those red berets, like what do you call it? Those the red beret guys who are like the guardian angels. So he's sitting there and he's pumped up. And he's sitting there and he's doing this, and this dude's rocked. this is like a big ass dude, and I'm thinking, okay, homeboy's ready to throw down with us. The tall, good-looking black guy, he was kind of on our side, and like he's tall. He was like 6'3", so he's kind of scary looking. So I'm thinking he's down to help us, and everyone in the front of the bus is kind of older, and they're just like, what the hell's going on? So at this point, the bus driver decides to be crazy and stop the buses under the subway tunnels. Now, mind you, there's nowhere to go. We're trapped in a streetcar, and that's it. They're in the back, we're near the front. And at this point, 3 of the dudes walk up. And one guy I see, first guy, I don't see what he has on him. Second guy, he's got a switchblade in his hand and is out, ready to go. Third motherfucker, who's been watching too many Naughty by Nature videos, has got a black spray painted machete in his hand. Let me repeat that. A black spray painted machete in his hand. So at this point, I'm leaning back in my chair and I'm holding on the seat. I'm getting ready to dodge whatever's going to possibly come my way, because there's no way these dudes came up to the front of the bus and not going to start some kind of trouble after all that's gone down. So mind you, the first dude walks up to the bus driver and he opens up his jacket. He's carrying a gun. So he looks at the bus driver and he goes, "Move the bus." Bus driver said, "Nope." Bus driver just started to grow a pair of balls and be a vigilante himself. And the guy says again, he goes, "Motherfucker, see what I got? Move the bus." Bus driver says, "Do what you got to do." My heart fell. I'm just like, oh my God, can you just move the bus and let these guys get out on the first stop? And the bus driver says, "Nope, I've already called the police. Stop the bus. There is nowhere to go. You're trapped on each side of the tunnels, and there's going to be police waiting for whichever side you go." This spooked these guys. So they looked at each other and they fucking headed towards the back of the bus to figure out what their game plan was. Now, it was at this time, while I'm sitting in my chair, I'm thinking, I'm going to get stabbed, hacked, or shot by one of them. So I'm ready for it. I'm like ready to do some kind of dodging, rush them, do whatever I can to save my life if it's necessary. They don't do any of that. Fucking huge, relief off, load off my mind. So they run to the back of the bus. They talk for like a quick second, and they open up the fucking glass windows. That they open up this way, like they pulled like the red handle for like the fire escape, the emergency escape, and they jump out the windows and they run underneath the tunnels. And I don't know where the fuck they go. Okay, now mind you, I've never been in those tunnels. I have no idea which direction to go. I'd be too paranoid to be hit by a bus or whatever kind of crazy cycles would be in there. But they took their chances, and we don't know if they ever got caught. We were no way to find out. We don't have social media back then, and it's not going to be in the local newspaper, most likely. So mind you, this is not the best part of the story. A couple weeks later, my best friend taking another bus. Now we're on street level. We're riding, streetcars, with the cable lines and all that. They use electrical power and all that. So we're riding a bus and we're on Haight Street, infamous Haight Street. So we're halfway through Haight Street and we notice somebody gets on the bus, and guess what? It's the white boy. And he gets up and he's got his head down. He's got some headphones on. He's probably listening to a Walkman because that's all we had back then. And he's jamming to his tunes. And all of a sudden he looks up and then he realizes, oh shit, there's those 2 dudes we trying to jump the other night and try to rob. And he stops, barely gets on the bus. He's standing right there in front. Where back in our day, still this day, that's where the dorks ride. You don't want to ride that close to the front of the bus. And so he stops. And so me and my best friend, we kind of look at each other and realize, is that him? Yeah, that's him, dude. That's the guy. So my best friend looks at me and goes, "You want to jump him?" I'm looking at my best friend like, yeah, fucking I want to jump this guy. I want to beat the fucking shit out of him. But cooler heads prevail. So I look at my best friend and go, "Well, we're not going to do that." And he goes, "Why not?" And I said, "Because you don't ride this bus. I ride this fucking bus all the time, and I'm going to run into these fools when it's just me, and they're going to fucking beat the shit out of me." So we just let it go. We let homeboy, deal with his little bit of fear that he had, kind of like made us feel a little bit better, got a little bit of, vengeance on that, a little, sweet irony. So he gets off kind of early. I assume that he probably had to go a lot further than he did, but he didn't want to take the chance. He was feeling uncomfortable. He got off the bus. We went to wherever we were going. So that to me is one of my craziest memories in San Francisco that I can remember, that, taking the bus at night by yourselves, it's not always the smartest thing to do. Now you've got Uber, now you've got Lyft, you know what I mean? So, be safe out there, people. God bless. And I just wanted to share this story with you because, we talk about it all the time, and it was still a pretty crazy story. And thank God we came out okay. Take care.